I judged each portion for what it was, and a girl can sometimes really perform and surprise. I wasn't expecting much of Miss Philippines from her swimsuit portion, so I had already in my mind thought she was gonna not be that good, and then she came out and like boom, gave me fierceness, and then I saw her big old probably fake titties jiggling, and she owned it, and I was like, wow, she is rocking this. So I was originally gonna like score her way lower, and I ended up scoring her way higher. So yes, I was keeping everything in mind, but I was also scoring each portion for what it was, and a girl could really surprise you. And that was one of the questions that somebody asked me on the red carpet. What are you looking for? And I said, I'm looking for somebody who will surprise me, for that sparkle, for that it factor. And she really surprised me. I was not expecting her to be so fierce and fabulous in the swimsuit pageant. So anyways, we move forward. By then, my favorites were Colombia, Philippines, France, USA, and Japan, and then and Venezuela and Dominican Republic. Anyways, those are my six favorites.
Did you all kind of agree on the six, or were they?
Well, we didn't really do too much talking at that point. We each just voted individually.
Okay.
Then the evening gown portion came, and when the evening gown portion happened, I thought by that point that Miss Colombia was for sure going to win. In my mind, Colombia won the evening gown portion. And I'll tell you the moment specifically when I literally like squealed in my seat. She is walking down the stairs and she did not even look down. She could have tripped, but she kept her eyes on the prize. She kept staring forward. I mean, it was a risky move. Almost all the other girls, I think there might have been one or two that didn't look down, but almost all the other girls looked down to make sure that when they were going down the stairs, they weren't tripping. But Colombia, fearless. She owned it. I was like all about Colombia. And then what also made this pageant different was they introduced a second question, right? Usually they just get one question. This year they got two.
No one cares.
Well, it was really a second opportunity for the contestants to be seen, not just visually. It's not just a visual competition. It's not just who's the prettiest. It's really who is deserving of being Miss Universe. So then when it was the interview portion, I thought that Colombia gave a great answer and that the Philippines gave a great answer. And then I was starting to be a little uncertain, but I was still favoring Colombia at that point. And then when it was time for the advocating, like, why should I be Miss Universe? That's when it became certain for me. Because also at that point, oh my God, I don't know if the people at home could see this, but Miss Colombia was being straight up diva bitch rude to her translator. Did you see this?
Really? No.
Oh my God. Oh my God. She was giving like the most awful side eye and throwing major shade because Miss Colombia was not happy with the pace or the way that the translator was translating. You didn't see that at all?
No, I missed that.
Oh my God, I was dying. I'm like, she's being cunty right now. Like, what did you see at home?
Well,
like,
was that a turnoff to you? I mean,
it was a major turnoff.
Turnoff. So you just didn't want her representing, quote, the universe.
Not just because of that moment.
No. I'm with you. I mean, you're looking at, like you said a minute ago, when I was sort of kind of paying attention, when you were saying it's the whole package. There's a whole litany of things that, it's not just a girl in the juggly boobs and the bathing suit. There's you want to get to know the person a little bit. So that was the moment that kind of swayed you where you said, you know what, I don't think she's Miss Universe material.
But it wasn't just that she didn't give the best answer, and it wasn't just that she came across to not just me, but several of the other judges bitchy and arrogant. It was that Miss Philippines gave a better answer.
Right.
So it was the second time that she gave a great answer and actually a better answer. And by that point, I just felt like, wow, she really brought her A game. And was super competitive, but also almost like she just deserved it. Like, she deserves it. Like, there's, to me, a real beauty and grace and elegance. And if she is Miss Universe, whereas the Miss Colombia, I'm like, you're Sofia Vergara. You're not Miss Universe. You are, like, she literally, I mean, like you look so much like Sofia Vergara.
She could have been her twin sister. We said that this morning. I mean, she looks like her twin sister.
Well, I didn't hear you say that, and we didn't say that. You said that.
Oh, no, I probably said it on the air, not to you, but to someone else. But yeah.
I know. It's spooky how much she looks like Sofia Vergara. Whereas this other girl, I'm like, she was just being herself and not trying to emulate anybody else, I felt like. And she really earned it and won it fair and square. And here we go. So, but I was still literally up until it was the final three. I knew for sure I did not want Miss USA to win because she is cute and sweet, but to me seemed really bland and boring and lacked the elegance and gracefulness and the stage presence and the fierceness. Miss Philippines is fierce. Oh my God. She was fierce. That's so many times. And fierce is not a word I would use to describe Miss USA. Colombia, definitely fierce. Fierce and sassy, right? Super sassy, super Colombian.
You would call my mailman fierce. I mean, please, you use that word all the time.
No, I don't think Miss USA was fierce.
Okay.
Anyway, so up until the final three moment, I still wasn't sure who I was going to pick. But then it was just like, you know what? It just felt right. Like, I really felt like I had to take everything throughout the whole night into consideration. Everything that the pageant told me, what they were looking for. It's not just a physical beauty contest. And I went with my gut and I voted for Miss Philippines. And then actually I found out afterwards it was unanimous. Every single judge on that panel, all four of us voted for Miss Philippines to be number one. So then when Steve Harvey announced that Colombia won, I wasn't shocked. I can't even speak now because I was shocked.
I asked it, and let me slow down this moment because this is where I can take over. So I asked Perez this morning, and I found this to be very eye-opening. I said to Perez, I said, now you had talked with the other judges. So you at that point, when Steve Harvey had read the name, did all the judges look at one another? Because my assumption was that you four agreed upon all that you guys had picked the same person. You all agreed, right? Verbally to one another.
I'm trying to. We sort of agreed. I mean, somebody could have. Okay, somebody could have changed their mind.
Somebody could have flipped. Okay, but at no point did you. You didn't think that they did. You had the impression that, wait a minute, we all uniformly agreed that it was going to be.
But we didn't look at each other just because I think we were all in shock. Like, we kind of all knew something was off.
Right. So your first thought.
My first instinct.
No, this is what I found alarming. I said your first instinct, Perez, when you knew what everyone on the panel was thinking. There's four people on the panel. There are two other sort of votes, the fan vote and some other. What was the other one?
The pageant contestants themselves.
Yes. So there's 4 to 6. So your initial thought was what?
My initial thought when Steve Harvey announced that Colombia won was, this is rigged.
That's what blew my mind. I couldn't believe that you'd said that.
Why?
I don't know.
I mean, I for sure thought, not rigged, but meaning...
No, rigged. I mean, rigged is the word. I mean, because you had talked to the judges and, Did you, at any point, let me ask you this.
Yes, rigged. Okay, wait.
Rigged,
What I was trying to get at was, it all happened so quickly, right? So... Well, I did think it was rigged. I'm like, how is this possible? But then it became clear, or allegedly clear. Then Steve comes out and announces that he made a mistake, or that a mistake was made. If you go back and watch it, he didn't really say, I made a mistake. He said, I'll take responsibility.